Yo, yo, yo. Welcome in, everybody. Yo, Elk, thanks for the raid. Welcome in to Learning the Horizon. I'm Greedy Old Ka, and this is the Horizon Speedrun channel. And we're here to finish teaching all of you the New Game Plus story run for Forbidden West. And yeah. We just finished up on episode 5 with Poseidon, so we'd finished all the sub-functions, and we're here at the base heading back to give Poseidon to Gaia, and we will head to Thebes from there today. From Thebes we head to Gemini. From Gemini we go to Regalla, and from Regalla to Singularity. So be ready to laugh, be ready to cry, be ready to, you know, whatever. And oh, I'm gonna RFS. I even check to make sure it works when you do a save beforehand. We'll get there. Anyway, welcome in, everybody. If you don't know me, I'm Greedy Old Ka, current world record holder for New Game Plus story for Forbidden West. Currently about 20 some odd seconds, I think, or so, 18 seconds, I can't remember. Elk's got the ultra hard record. I'm in second, B-Dud third, and I'm here to show you as much of what everyone knows as possible. So yeah, without any further ado, we went from relaxing Aloy to Super Saiyan Aloy, but you know. So you fast travel back. I'm just gonna restart from save, but so someone beat his New Game Plus story time, so he can't say that anymore. Good luck. B-Dud was having trouble and he's got new skips. Story is way so optimized, man. This is a fun run though. I definitely want you all to try. Anyhow, so we fast travel back from Hidden Ember at the end of last episode. And so we leave here, head back, and right to the campfire here. That's where I typically split. Others, like I said in previous episodes, other people like to maybe split when they return the sub function to Gaia, because you've got like a rest there. There is a cutscene you got to watch or whatever. But you know, however you want to do it. But essentially, you fast travel, you end up here, and you immediately want to be moving to get to the door, as is tradition. I should have done this before. So you head in and give Poseidon in, but if you're RFS after you go through the door, you don't have to go as far as I did. There's a small save circle that happens, and you can use that to get you right into Gaia. Small caveat, you must do the run in this order, this sub-function order. You start with Demeter, you then do Ether, and then you do Poseidon. I actually don't know if you have to do the first two in the order that they go, but we always do Demeter first for the run. So you must do it in this way. What ends up happening is you get a quest that essentially says return to Gaia? Where does it say? Turn to the base. We head inside. We've now returned to the base. There's a save circle, and it says deliver Poseidon to Gaia. You need that to happen. You don't have to, but yes, you do, because you do the run this way. If you don't want to do Demeter first, I mean, sure, but it's slower. So you do, by order of elimination, you have to come here with Poseidon being third for this to work, right? I think you confirmed that, didn't you, Doc? I have to go check Discord now, just to make sure. Oh, maybe no one confirmed it. You asked about it. Never mind. That's my No, Beta did. Never mind. So he's pretty sure. Demeter, Coolroot, Poseidon. I'll have to check it. I don't know. Did anyone test it? Poseidon has to be last. Okay. Or shocking. I could look at chat. I mean, no. I don't do that on my channel. Why would I do that here? Anyway. So we restart from save and come into here. So yeah, maybe you can do them out of order, but you're not going to. Like, I mean, go do a run where Demeter's not first. Tell me how fast it is. I don't know. We'll try to compare notes. But I still think it's faster to do Demeter first, and then just because of the fast traveling and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, someone would have to figure that out. So we return Poseidon, and we're going to go talk. No, where are we going? We're going right to the greenhouse after this. Or a shelter that you collected while you were at the greenhouse, actually. So we'll put this in. There's a dialogue skip. Cutscene skip. You need to go to your map. And we're going to go down to this shelter right here, which we got while we were running around in this area. It just auto collects as you go down into this, where you have the Quen fight. So you do get this. So we go here. You want to make sure that you're on your flying mount, and you want to be pressing it immediately.
Aloy, I hear you're heading to the coast. If you need to resupply...
Just for New Game Plus and any %. Doing Demeter is faster. Look. We're not talking about hundo or platinum here. Like this is what we're learning. So those are definitely the only thing that matter for this conversation. If we want to talk about hundo and what's faster, that's a different conversation altogether.
In the heart of the jungle.
But I appreciate you saying that,
Thanks for the advice.
But just to be clear, it's always faster, I think, to do Demeter first when it comes to any % New Game Plus. Main game runs, for the most part. No, if you want to talk hundo, do my LTH. Just, let's talk hundo talk. So we get to do a bunch of barrel rolling here. We're going to the place on the map marked 1. That's finding Elva. You can stop in Fall's Edge if you want, but you don't have to. There's no reason to ever go there. Unless you're running hundo, but you know. Check myself into the burn unit. I love it here. Anyway. ISO does Demeter first and hundo. Nice. ISO knows a thing or two about hundo. Full game and main game, and burning short apparently. That's a dead slaughter spine. So you either get a dead slaughter spine that's killed by some rebels, or you get an apex that isn't killed at all and there are no rebels around. It's a nice little thing to do a gamba on if you want.
Time to cross the water, look for landfall. Here. That's strange.
Okay.
Well, nothing's stopping me from taking a boat.
So we want to go to the boat. We're going to skip all the cutscenes. And then you want to immediately restart from save.
No one's guarding this side of the ferry either. Where are the
and then you want to go to this
I guess.
campfire. Why couldn't I think of the word?
Should be to the north.
Quick save, restart from save. Do that as fast as possible, that sequence. Don't go as slow as I did. And the reason, again, is to cancel her dialogue so that you can... I'm sorry. You don't have to restart from save the first time. Why did I do that? I'm going to go back. Let me go back verbally here. When you get here, go to the campfire and then restart from save. You don't have to do it the first try. I just realized that you don't need to cancel dialogue right away. Anyway, you can do this without this, but essentially doing it right gives you a mount a lot faster. I'm not sure where my brain's at today. I've been in an audit all day today, so I'm probably gonna like make mistakes. I've been like engaged all day. You know what it feels like when you've been engaged all day to like do shit? Anyhow. Feeling tired. So
these are the ruins of San Francisco.
You do it before the bulwark.
An entire city of crumbling towers.
Interesting. Welcome in, Isom. Hey, Dorian. Dorian, broadcast a role in the Discord. When? So, more barrel rolling, and we are headed to Legacy's Landfall. Now what you want to do is we're going to drop in above those guards to start the cutscene that gets us to talk to CO and all that nonsense. We're going to get to the cutscene, skip it, and then it goes immediately into a dialogue that you have to skip. And then there's a down and left selection, and nope, it's just the selection, and then it's over, and then you have to look for your mount. Anyway, so we'll do a very quick drop in, finish the dialogue, and try to get back on our mount as fast as possible. There's more mount RNG here in the run, so the mount will be anywhere kind of around here, so like above that structure right there, or like it'll fly over this, or it'll kind of come around this way and just keep making the loop like this. And so you want it, obviously you're gonna end up like over by that tent. I don't know how to zoom in anymore, can't. Like where all those people are down there, that's where you're gonna start out after the conversation. And so if the mount is crossing kind of the opening path into Legacy's Landfall there, you have a really good chance to just be able to look up and pull cast to it. Worst case scenario, it starts out like over here, and then you got to wait for it to loop all the way around before you can get to it. You can make an attempt to get out here and like pull cast to it, but it usually makes its way kind of over here above all these trees and things. And you're almost better off to wait for it at that point. There's some ways to kind of trick it into being in the right spot or about the right spot. I like to fly over the top here, and I can just show this and turn around. But I like to slow it down for one. I press circle to slow it down so it's just hovering, and then I go kind of this direction over these two guys before I drop off. So I'll turn and just drop. Skip. I'm gonna do a down and left selection.
Tough.
Then we.
And there he is, kind of coming around. So like, that's a decent RNG right there. Like getting him to come around nice and slow like that, but still be right there above the entrance. Whereas like, he could be. Sorry, I don't think I can move this because I'm inside. Yeah, technically I'm inside the settlement. He could end up kind of over there on the right of the screen where he's headed away from you, and now you got to wait. So you see where you show up, you see how the dialogue goes. You drop into a cutscene, and then you have a selection, and then you press X to skip the rest of the dialogue. So it's right there. We just pull cast up, and on story you can do this a couple different ways. You're just flying over here. You have time while you're barrel rolling to switch to your food and eat it while you're flying, and there's no animation or anything. You just hit the button and switch back to well, traps in this case, because we're going to use them to refill resources. So you can do that then on your way over to Legacy's Landfall. You can do it now. You can do it after you kill the Thunderjaw. I just recommend that you do it before you get inside Thebes. There are little spots where you can get in the animation here and you don't lose any time. One of them, I like to do it either on the mount itself, because there's, like I said, no animation associated with it. She just eats it. Or you can do it when you drop off and you're waiting for the Thunderjaw to come out. So I'm going to go straight up in the direction that the Sunwing is headed now. And then I'm going to go up and over, kind of a straight line to the front door of Thebes, and then the Thunderjaw is going to come out over there underneath the Sunwing's right wing, around the building there. So I like to go up and over. Some people go around, either left or right. Sometimes it depends on where your Sunwing is when you get on it. Just pick the shortest line between you and Thebes when you get on your Sunwing. So we eat the food. I can switch to traps, but I'll just leave it. I didn't really go all the way up. I was too focused on my quick menu. So a couple of ways to do this fight.
There you are. I guess we're doing this.
So I'm not really sure why, but I've been having a lot of trouble killing this thing in one throw. I don't think I didn't get his tail. If you hit the weapon on the back and the ammo canisters and the tail, he dies in one throw. Otherwise, you can always like hit him right in the forehead. You have to wait a little bit longer, but it's a guaranteed kill every time. The strat on ultra hard is actually to shoot him in the head and then shoot him in the gun and hope to get a crit, at least for the first one. So as Elk would put it, it's the most important crit in the game, so you gotta get it.
Your CEO sent me. I need to speak to Alva.
And so you kill it, we head back in here.
Open the gates!
Talk to Alva and skip the cutscene. Now we have an unskippable cutscene here where they're loading in Thebes underneath us at this point. So we have to wait for a little bit of dialogue here, and then we can get into Thebes. So this split really is, you get back to the base, restart from save after going inside the door and seeing the save circle. Once your objective changes, you can just restart from save inside the base. That's like a 10 to 15-ish second save. I can't remember exactly how many, but I've never timed it. Somebody else has, I'm sure. Then you fast travel to the greenhouse shelter that you got while you were there. It's not the greenhouse itself, but the shelter to the southwest of it. Make sure you're on your Sunwing, on your quick menu, so that you can call it immediately upon fast travel, because you're always going to get Katalo's dialogue, and you can't call your mount while they're having the conversation. So you want to call the mount before Katalo starts speaking, and you only have a few seconds. Like he won't start speaking, I don't think, until the screen loads, because then it has to show the subtitles and things like that before he starts talking. So it waits for the screen to load and then the subtitles come up. But like at that point, like you should be calling them out, if not once, twice. Like just be pressing it while you're waiting for the fast travel to load. So from there, the mount should pick you up. If it doesn't, it'll land near you, and you can get on. But you head to the boat, skip the cutscenes, do a quick save and a restart from save so you can call your mount sooner. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, or you find you're having trouble with it or whatever, you can just start running towards Legacy's landfall and wait for Aloy's dialogue to quit. I know that's the strat on ultra hard, or partially the strat, because we need low health, but you don't really need that here. So anyway, then you go to Legacy's landfall. You want to try to practice the drop in for the cutscene and talking to CO and stuff, and see if you can figure out what works best for you as far as where your mount ends up after you drop off and do that. So you do all of that, and your mount is technically moving during the cutscene, so like it'll be in a different place when you're done. Just figure out like where you drop off so that you can, 1, get the cutscene, 2, not die, because if you drop from a certain height, you will. On ultra hard, if you're low health at that point, like you're gonna die when you hit the ground. But here in story, I think if you're as low as you can get above the guards and the bridge, and you land on the bridge, you won't die, as if you're full health. So you want, that's like another part of the RNG. Sometimes down on the beach, if you do the call for the mount, whether you've waited for the dialogue or not, it will just land in some god-awful place next to a tree. It's just something that happens. You might have a gold that's 10 or 15 seconds faster than what you average do here because your mount is just a jerk. Like, so, you know, keep in mind that some of these where there's a lot of traveling on the mount, especially the Sunwing, and especially here in San Francisco with all the tall towers and stuff, there's just, you're going to get stuck on things. It's not going to pick you up all the time because there's so many things next to you. So yeah, you know, keep that in mind. Anyhow, we're going to listen to these guys talk for a bit. So we've eaten the food. One thing I like to do here, just to give myself a little boost into the water, is there's a swan dive you can do into the water in this game, and I don't know how many people really use it even casually. But like what it does is it puts Aloy into the diving position when she goes into the water, and you can immediately start fast swimming out of that. You can hop in and then do it, but you're going to stop. Whereas if you do the swan dive, she never stops when she hits the water, and then you start doing circle swims. So we'll get there. So they're gonna wait for him to say pump a great deal of water out. Screen's gonna fade, skip, and then you want X, circle, and just keep going. And you have to press circle at the top of her jump to get that dive. But we're gonna head this way. There are 2 ways. Well, I mean, I'm probably sure there's a multitude of ways now to get out of bounds that we know how to make it work. The old strat used to go down this way, down to where the stalactites are, kind of down there. You would go through, and it basically there's like a hole in the wall where you can go up. Yay, broadcaster roll! We can say go live stuff. Thank you, Dorian. Great mod. Great mod, everybody. Anyway, the new strat has us actually going straight forward, so we don't have to double back. So we came from up there, and then we used to go straight down and kind of double back to that wall back there to get out of bounds, and then we go up and around outside of this wall. Shout out to Missing Driver, who kind of figured out how to make Aloy clip out of bounds so long as she has kind of an area to squish into that she doesn't really fit in. So you can kind of make her push herself out of bounds while also using the camera to push her out of bounds. And we saw this in Poseidon. Wolfie's got it first. It's what we call the wiggle. The wet wiggle if you're underwater, the dry wiggle if you're not. So it does work both in the water and kind of elsewhere. So they use it to get into Heaven's Rest? I can't remember what it's called in Burning Shores. Doc knows. Anyhow, I can show you this out of bounds. Let me show you this out of bounds in case anyone wants to use this and they haven't gotten the wiggle to work for themselves. You come down here, right? Oh, I didn't do this right, did I? No, it's down here. It's a little further down. Sorry, I wasn't in the way. I didn't do this the way I normally do. I'm gonna restart just because. Heaven's Rest? I got it right. So we used to do this. I'm a creature of habit. If I'm not in the right place, I don't know where I am. So it's 4 swims here. 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so in here, there's a hole in the wall. There's a hole. There's a hole. There's a hole in the bottom of the Thebes. You can just go here, make your way up, kind of where that spot comes together, like that little corner up there. Just head towards that for a bit. Try not to go forward too early because you will void out. But yeah, you just kind of make your way this way. It's hard to give you like pointers, so I try to pick like points that come together when I'm out of bounds. So like that little squared off black rectangle there, just head towards this, and that's the corner that you want to turn. And you just kind of keep going, make your way over here. So we're gonna go this way and get back in bounds. The other one has us going.
Nope. This is just gonna take me back.
Instead of coming from around that way, we just go straight forward, and we'll actually come in right in front of Aloy right here. So I will restart. Yeah, right. And I'll show you the other way. And then I'll show you kind of where they converge there. So this one has us going just straight forward.
It's huge.
And there's a little gap, little rectangular gap there above this, you know, between these things. I always just kind of aim right for this right here. And I swam too many times. Then you want to head up kind of towards that vent right there, that opening, whatever you want to call it. Is that a vent of some sort? And then towards these pipes. And I like to go above this pipe. I think there's different spots that you can clip out here, but essentially this is the area you want to be in. So there's this big circle thing, you know, the fan vent. I go above these pipes here. I think you can really do it all kinds of places. And then you go up against the wall. And I think Aloy just went into... There we go. Congratulations, she came back out. I don't know why it's doing that. Anyway, I need my camera to move back and it won't. So like in Poseidon, you want your camera kind of sidled up to the wall here. And then you want to go up. Over, and she's just not going to do it for me right away, so give me a second. I should have practiced, but... Aloy. Where's my camera now? Alright, we're gonna try this again. So it's harder than it looks. Practice. Nobody practices. There. So you can watch my inputs. I actually don't know how that worked, but it worked. Here we are through the wall. And we're basically right where I showed you. So you just come around this spot now. And here we are again, right here. So let's do it again because it warrants doing again.
This water's warm.
And so when you want to practice this, you can do it over and over again. You just hit restart from save, and you'll have, if you ate the food, you'll have full evader skill for your practice, like all that stuff. So, can you eat it? No, you cannot eat practice. Practice can eat you, though. And you need to come up here because you need to be up here to get past. And sometimes, like, you can just swim into this and she'll, like, just pass right through it. I don't know why it's doing that, but it keeps getting really close, and if it's right up next to her, it almost never works. There. I don't know if here I need to spin it, like, all the way to the right, but essentially... Swan dive or reset. We did go over swan dive. I'm gonna try this one more time just because it worked both times when I swung my camera to the right there, so I want to confirm that that's how it actually works. Again, wiggles, especially for me, are mostly a hope and a prayer. It's like hit the buttons and make, you know, see if it works. Again, this is a fairly new way of doing clips through the wall. If you're in the Discord, go check out the HFW Strats channel to see Driver's original videos on it, and you know, do your best to not only like try these, but go ahead and try it elsewhere in the game too, because, you know, may be helpful. So here we go. I did nothing really, and she started going through the wall. So essentially, like, she will just clip through there even if you're just kind of swimming up. Like, I stopped moving and then pressed X and she just went up and through the wall. So like, it's an interesting clip there. Sometimes it's so easy, it's like you did nothing at all. And then other times you can sit there and try forever and not get it and lose a bunch of time. So pick your poison. The first one I showed you, petition for people to say what they're doing when they present new strats. I think it's common courtesy to have an input display. It just, I don't know. I like to when I try to put in new things. Like, if it doesn't require you to see an input display, like if you're just jumping or something, like, you know, it's just, it is what it is. But when it's something where you got to turn the camera, be in the right place, it's always helpful. So the first strat I told you guys about that one is a lot easier to do. That hole in the wall is just a hole in the wall. Like, you're not clipping through by any magic camera movement of Aloy's. Like, there just is a hole there. And shout out, I think, to Dorian, who found the hole, or Aussie, who found the hole, and Dorian, who found a way to use it. I can't remember. Anyway, combination, I think, of Dorian and Aussie came up with the first one. So there are multiple ways to do this. Pick the one that works for you. If you have questions, definitely, you know, hit us up in the comments, and I'll be glad to even make more videos on this or whatever if we want. So anyway, we had our way straight past all the fans, and if you know about, you know, where you have to go, normally you have to swim through these fans and into a room and then shut off the fans and all that stuff. We're skipping all that by going out of bounds. There's no consoles to hit or any of that. And so there's different ways to get over here. B-Dud would show you in his runs that he uses this, and then he'll actually like do a glide over here. I like to swim the whole way. It's just easy, you know? Easy to swim. I don't need to get out and worry about gliding, because if you fall, there ain't nothing down there. Fair enough. So I like to swim to the rocks, let her climb onto the rocks, and then jump over here. And you're headed down right over here. Again, you got to jump into the water, but you don't want her to sink. So you don't want to do a swan dive here. You don't want to jump too far away, because it just takes time and effort for Aloy to swim accurately. So one thing you can do here, whether you're coming from up here, or you can land down here and just kind of jump your way over. There we go, jump your way over.
Okay, I'm inside, but
You want to land right here.
let the Quinn in.
If you come down from the top, you need to kind of land in the corner. And don't go too far into this corner, because there's an invisible wall or a hitbox that she'll sit on, and she won't drop all the way to the water. You kind of want to fall down this crease right here and have her up against the wall. Oh, I can RFS now? Yeah, it'll put me over there because she did the dialogue. That was another thing I was kind of getting to. If you come down and you're doing that wall scrambling animation, she won't sink into the water. And what that also allows her to do is immediately just swim under here and you climb up. So you want to be in that corner in the water, and then kind of cut your way over, and where it brings you is like right over on the other side of the wall here, and you're grabbing this bit of the floor to get up, and she'll just come up. Sometimes she'll void out. Yeah, but you don't always get the dialogue right away when you fall in. Not always. So we'd have to figure out where exactly to land every time. But you're probably right about that, Alice. That would be faster on PC with the RFS. That's something we got to go over with a PC run, I think, or some practice before we do a video on what RFSs are worth it for PC. Write that down. Somebody write that down for me. Anyhow, you might void out trying to climb up, and she'll start falling. If you got the dialogue and the save circle about getting in here, you can just restart from save when she falls, and then you'll end up standing right here.
Looks
So
like an exercise
different
room?
ways to make it work. I do want to show you guys that one more time, so let's go back. Swan dive.
This water's warm. Seems like a hot spring.
This water's warm. It's like somebody peed in it.
It's huge.
Ted Farrow peeing in the water for 1,000 years. Ew. There's some path out of bounds where you don't hit the checkpoints. Then you cannot open the main door. I've never hit that before. I'm unaware of that. Don't make things up that scare me. Just kidding. Alright, so heading over here again. Can we... Aloy down? Aloy up? Aloy down. See? Now it's work. Don't go in the rock, Aloy. She can also get stuck in the rock to your right, so you gotta be careful. I just need you to cooperate today. Does anyone use a different way to get out? Or a different spot? This is insane. I don't know why she won't go through. Minor technical difficulties. I didn't think there were checkpoints. Alright, I don't know why, but the camera is just like right up her ass right now, so I need to like back out of this. Pro speedrunner, guys, world record holder right here. Dude, up, 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 up. Thank you. I'm at a loss. I actually don't know how she's doing this. Where are you, Aloy? Oh, we're stuck in the rock. Fantastic.
This water's warm. Seems like
No, I'm kind of upset. Anyway.
huge.
Like I said, these are sometimes like easier than you can imagine, and other times it's like, why can't I get this to work? Just jammed her in the crease. There she goes. She kind of went down into it that time. Anyway. We're gonna do a case study on this shit. So, we go through, keep swimming. Alright. So, make our way up, wait for her to climb, and then from up here, kind of want to drop in like... Oop, I missed. Like this.
Okay, I'm inside, but how do I let the queen
Just
in?
like that. And then once she starts saying that, you can actually just RFS, which is not, you know, it doesn't take long to get back in here that way. But she just gets put right by the door, so.
Exercise room?
Then we'll make our way through. Pretty quick movement through here. So not the first door, but the second one.
It's pretty big.
And we're going up the stairs. I open this door and head to a console over here on the right.
It's pretty fancy for a survival bunker. Ah, good.
And we get ready for business jammies. So, this part of the run is why we have this outfit with elite traps and +2 evader on our weaves. So we'll have a +2 evader so we can move more. And then we'll have the elite traps so we can put traps down just a little bit faster and more accurately. So I'm going to be forced to put this on here in the cutscene. And so now we'll have... The game won't give you a second one, and it won't replace the one you have with a lesser version, right? An unupgraded version. It will let you keep this on New Game Plus. So... having it in your inventory, all that stuff, like, is good. And then you have you know, a fully upgraded one with the weapon stamina, the stamina regen, Valor Surge, any of that stuff if you want to use it, and then, you know, the weaves that you want. So, yo, thanks for coming in, Dorian. Thanks for making the roll. And again, you know, thanks for all the stuff that makes this show possible. Have a good night, dude. Anyhow, let's hit the cutscene. Then we're just gonna skip them. So 1 cutscene skip, 2 cutscene skip.
Look at this
And
place.
you want to make sure you're not on your spikes yet. You are going to need your propelled spikes for the corruptor fight if you want to kill them both in one throw. But you can't really do this skip with a spike thrower equipped. So what I'm about to use another wall cancel, and there are other ways to do this that I don't know how to do, but I will attempt to show you so that you don't have to do this wall cancel. Anyhow, so make sure you're on something that aims and that gives you hunter's reflexes, so you can cancel like this.
You're magnificent.
So we're going to go through the door, and then we're going to do a wall cancel jump on the other side of this wall. What we want to do is just this, but on the other side. So we're going to do the door open, spin the camera, or at least I like to.
Pharaoh's visage, a monument.
And you want to jump up
greatness.
here, just like that.
True.
And then you can jump over here. There's an invisible wall around.
Look at this place. The grandeur.
Gotta go back.
Pharaoh's
There's an
domain.
invisible wall around the balcony here, the mezzanine, or whatever you want to call it.
Somewhere in here, Pharaoh left his secrets. Let's go find them.
You're magnificent. Perhaps
And you
we
can't
should leave
really
guards
get up
behind to
there.
Cover our exits.
Well, you can
Indeed.
kind of.
Let it be done.
You can get over here, and this is the one I don't know how to do really. On the corner here, there's a hitbox you can land on, and then you can like fast glide and get up here. I just can't make that work. So practice which one you like, but I like the
Pharaoh's domain.
I like the wall cancel jump. But essentially, this is a skip
Somewhere
where
in here, Pharaoh left
you're only
his
going to that door, and then you're going down and around.
Perhaps we should leave
So
guards
if you
behind
don't
to
get
cover
this
our
after
exits.
like the second try,
Indeed.
you know, you keep
Let it
falling
be
down.
done.
Just to eat the time loss and just go do it the other way. But yeah, you want to get up here and just, you see how that works. So it's jump, circle, R2, L2. And she has to do the animation before you hit circle, and I'm having a bad time with it. It works if you're a little bit further away from the frame of the door. The closer you are here, the harder it is to get her to do the wall cancel, or like the wall jump. So it's something. But practice getting up here. Practice it a lot. Because it looks like she kind of does a double jump. It's great, but imagine having a double jump. But then you just want to wall jump back here, and there's a small, you can kind of land on the invisible wall, but you'll go over the top. And then you can come down
Oh,
here.
I'll stay here. That looks a little iffy to me.
Dropping in, you want to head over to this door, and normally you would come to this door from the other side. You can jump without aim from slightly behind the corner. Yeah, I think Doc and Elk both used to do that, I think. I don't know if you guys do it this way now or not, but normally when you would come here, you'd come from the other side of the door. You'd go through the door up there, then you drop down and come in from the other side. Accessing this door is going to start a cutscene where
I
those
don't think I'll be
corruptors
able
come
to
to
follow
life.
you there.
We want to be on our spike throwers, and we're going to throw it kind of right in between the two of them. So they're going to hop off, and one will be there, one will be like right there. You want to throw it kind of in the middle of them to get both. So open door, skip cutscene, bang, right, just like that. So they both go down. If you miss, there's something to watch out for. If you're one of those people who is always moving towards your next destination, and you kill one of them and you're like, oh, I'll get to the door and then I'll kill the other one and just go through the door, don't do that. You need to kill them and then wait for that dialogue from CO to play and stuff.
Thanks.
Because if you get to the door too early, you get a soft lock. You'll go down and you won't be able to open the door. So like it won't give you the next room to get into, and so you'll have to like start the fight over basically. So you'd have to come all the way back over here, redo the fight, and then go back down. It's a pain. So careful how you do this. Make sure that you kill them and then head to the door. Give it some time if you're too close for that dialogue to go through with the nice shot and all that stuff. And then come over here.
He has decided to return to the surface. A wise choice. We can't afford to lose any more diviners than necessary.
Necessary.
So, no more delays. We must
So we go
proceed.
down. You're gonna hit the door, and there's another cutscene to skip. Move
An
over a little bit
setup.
and scan this from here. We tell you to move over because you see where CO's going. He walks right in your way, and you'll scan the CO. You don't want that. So now we have some time while this hologram plays to, if you need to, refill resources. So blast traps for blast paste and volatile sludge.
Hopefully, there will be some stabilization after the next treatment. God knows
And I don't
how
need either
talented
one
those
because I think
isn't.
we've been doing some filling up.
The early results
I
were
like to
so
use an acid trap here
promising.
and then switch
No signs
to
of aging, no cellular degeneration,
my bombs.
but now, oh, if only I had access to
Should've,
my old
actually.
lab in
There we go.
Bangkok, or my old colleagues, or my old liquor cabinet. Stop it. Got to stay positive. Fakanya.
All right. So elite acid traps and bombs for the Quen fight that's coming up. Yeah, once you know how to do it, it's pretty easy to do. Cutscene automatically transports you to the next holo. Oh, yeah. So no matter where you are in here, once it finishes, we're going to be over here. So you go and talk to CO or whatever. There's a door through here you could have opened while you were waiting, and you can just run through there. But since you
For a
start right
minor
here, you can just kind of roll
functionary,
back and go this way. It's not really worth using the door. So we head over here. You can't go or open this door or do anything until that cutscene is over. So feel free to refill your stuff anywhere you want. We're gonna head straight
Look at all this
through
equipment.
here.
We are getting closer to
We're
the heart
gonna
of this place. I can
Go into this vent of some sort. One thing you can do here that doesn't save a lot of time is roll. You can, once you get up here, you can press back and then forward and roll, because she'll take like a half step out of the vent but still be on a hitbox, and you can roll into the vent. Careful, because if you don't do it right, she'll just roll backwards. Like if you hit circle before you push forward, because it's a quick thing, she'll actually roll out of the vent. You'll have to shoot back up here, so just be careful how you do it.
Ah, is that a vent of some sort? Not a bad
So you see how
idea.
she kind of turned around a little, and then I made her roll back the other direction. So you can do that. It's a little bit faster, but not a lot. So you can lose time doing it. I don't recommend it unless you practiced. So we hop out of the vent. You can roll right from the top, actually.
A console.
And then I like to put one here.
I can access Ted's files from.
Do this. And usually he dies, but then we do that. And he doesn't actually spawn in right away, this guy in the back. It takes him a little bit to spawn in. So you can kill the first two and then make your way over here and kill him. So let's do that again. It's not going to have my...
Them from range.
Concentrate your fire!
Without my trap, it's different.
Calling my target.
Pharaoh rigged the
So we
reactor
head
to
this way?
overflow if he dies. We have to run.
And you want to make your way out, obviously, as fast as possible, so we just head back the way we came.
They need cover!
And can switch to your blast traps because you're gonna need them.
More
And you can
soldiers
go
up
through the
ahead.
lava on story, just don't stay in it for too long.
I've got a straight shot.
On ultra hard, you can go through the lava, just make sure you heal. But you need to stay out of it as much as possible too. You actually have to jump through it. So you're gonna get to this cutscene that we colloquially love as splat percent, because there goes the seal. From here, you can go and escape to your right, what we call Thebes escape. Or if you're on PC, you have to do this the old-fashioned way. So, I'm going to show you how to do this on PS5. And then I will go back down and show you how to do it on PC. So first, we head to the right. And you come to this slope right here. And make sure you have something with Hunter's reflexes. And you can literally stand up here. As long as you're on Hunter's reflexes, there's just enough of a hitbox on
I'll
this
wait
slope
here.
for you to kind of be
Don't
up
think
here
I
for a
can
bit.
manage that.
And she'll fall if you keep doing that, but just, you know, you can jump and land, jump and land, jump and land. You just head over here. Okay? It is really that easy. Jump and aim, jump and aim, jump and aim. Oh yes, you also need ammo, or you won't do your Hunter's reflexes, so it doesn't work. Anyway, you can't do it when you have, because you don't get Hunter's reflexes. You can't do it when you have a spike in your hand. You can't do it if you're unequipped. So have something in your hand that has Hunter's reflexes. Okay? Other way to do this. If you're on PC, because that doesn't work, she just won't land on it if you're on PC. You start out, and these are not here, so I'm gonna restart. I think it'll put me here. Yeah, you can actually slide underneath them right through the lava. And here's where you wanna be cognizant of what you're doing. So you don't have to do this because this is story and you're not really gonna get caught up at all by these things. But it does make it a little bit easier going out of here if you take a quick roll left as soon as you go through this door. And what that does is it causes basically the guards and the rest of the animations that are supposed to happen to be completely ignored. So if I were to normally just run out and go up the stairs, the guards would start yelling at me and like start shooting, and they'd be blocking my path to get out. And then I'd be on my way out and the bridge would get broken out. Like, there's all these things that are trying to be in your way because it's crash cam, you know, in reverse basically. And you're trying to get out. If you do it this way, they never actually know you're here. They don't attack. Like, he just doesn't see you.
We have no choice. Soldiers, above us.
He sees Alva.
For the quest!
Okay, until Alva fucks it up for you. Anyway, I don't know if this is gonna fall now. Yeah, Alva screwed it up. I'm gonna go back. Bunch of goofs. Alright, so we head around. I didn't realize actually that if you waited, Alva would screw it up. So I like to do this. You can go over here. And so because they're not noticing you, see how that didn't fall? Normally this would be knocked out. That doesn't happen either. Like, none of that happens, and you can just run through it. Like, so there's actually a hole that gets made here, and if you stand over it, you'll fall. Like, anyway, none of that stops you from getting out of here. So you either do that jump up the wall and come through the doorway, or you go up the way I just showed you. And you don't have to do what I just did, but yeah. Anyway, we skipped this cutscene. That's not the button. Immediately fast travel back to the base. And that's Thebes. so no fancy tricks now. We just gotta go back to Gaia. Got caught on the door.
Welcome back. Aloy.
Gonna skip. This is one of the few spots in the game where after talking to Gaia, you will be faced at the door when you skip the cutscene. So make sure you go forward and not backwards. So all the other times that you talk to Gaia and you come out, you're gonna like go back towards the door, turn your camera, all this stuff. This is the one place where it really doesn't happen. And it's always confusing if you're not paying attention. So you might like try to go backwards and then you'll go and roll right into Gaia. So anyway, we're gonna head down, talk to Beta, convince her to come along.
Aloy.
So it's talk, and then just skip by hitting X, so down and left. I always pick Find Your Courage, I think that's the shortest one. Then we want to skip, say hi to Rost, say bye to Rost.
You're right. Yes, I don't to make up.
Aloy, whenever you are ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final
Oh, I forgot to
preparations
do
for
these.
the mission.
That's not it. So we need spikes. I went too far. And now we talk to Beta. Make sure you switch to your spikes. We head back up to Gaia.
Hello again, Aloy.
And this starts
Hello,
Gemini.
Despite yeah, we
So let's go to Gemini. It's getting late. It sure is. Yeah, I started late tonight too, so. Have a good night,
Okay,
Wolfie.
people.
Thanks for hanging out.
It's time to head out.
So it's an X to skip that dialogue, and then square to skip these two.
For I'll stay here.
And now you want to
Protect
head
me.
over here towards the Ravager. The Behemoth comes at you over here. So you kill the Behemoth. Kill the Ravager. Switch to spike
That's all I'm
traps
for now.
here. So this is where I switch. You can switch at any point, but you're gonna need them soon. So I switch to spike traps here. Jump up. And then I switch to my bombs. So we go from propelled spikes over here. We press left on the D-pad to switch our stamina to spike trap. And
Thanks for the
we
heads
got a
up.
strat for those
I'm almost
coming
there.
out. So you want to
Some
drop
kind
off.
of production chamber. Festus is
Gonna
up to
head this
something, all
way.
right?
What kind of machine is it trying
And
to
so
build?
we switched coming
I don't
out of
know,
Thebes to our
but I'm gonna shut
explosive
it down.
traps. And what we want to do
Those
here is get
materials
to
were
this
where it's getting
spot
materials from.
right here and drop an explosive trap. This is going to be here for a machine that's coming once we get inside a room to our left. Now, while we're on our way here, once we pass a certain threshold that's now behind us, to our right, that shield, you're going to get a long leg and 2 leap lashers. You want to kill the leap lashers, not the long leg. And you want to kill the leap lashers after setting this bomb. So come here,
That's where Festus is
bomb
hiding too.
here.
Gotta find where Festus is hiding. Looks like there's a couple of ways I can
Must
go.
have hit L1 at some point. Kill the 2 of them. And so there are different ways of doing this skip here. Elk goes up here now. So apparently you can climb this, get up here. You can do a super glide to get over here and then kind of make your way through. I and B-Dud like to go up here and make our way up this way.
I should be able to catch
Or
a ride
you
on
can
one of those
climb
metal
up.
carriers.
All the way up here, and if you get it just right, you can jump around and land up here with a glide. I don't like that one because there's an invisible wall around here that you can hit, and it sticks out way too far. I'm not even gonna show you that because it is slower than either of these two. So for this one, there's kind of some different stuff you can do. I like to go like this. I always aim. So here's this little notch in the wall. I like to aim my blast sling, always my blast sling, because it's consistent this way. And I'm using it anyway at this point, right here above it. And then what I do is I jump up and over and she should land
opening at
over
the top of
here,
the
and she
shield.
kind of got caught on the wall. There we go. So she'll land up here, and what you want to do is just jump straight up here. And it's not always this easy. She doesn't always just grab the hitboxes. So climbing up, there's a whole slew of ways to make this work. I think B-Dot actually like does a wall jump kind of thing. I don't really know how, but oh, you can just do that. Neat. Either way,
I can get into that
new
chamber
things are
if I
new.
go over the shields.
It's what you want is essentially to go from here up onto this bit right here. So you're trying to get kind of up and over, and she'll land up in this area. And you just need to kind of jump up and keep catching hitboxes until you get up here on this cable. Above this black bit, there's a hitbox you can catch that will help you get all the way up. Again, different ways to do it, but I always climb
There's a
up,
way over the shield.
jump kind of over, and if we're lucky, she'll grab it right away. If not, it's a couple of jumps. If we're really unlucky, she won't grab it at all. I actually don't know why, but she's not going up there. There we go. I felt like the last 3 times she should have went up. So there's a whole bunch of stuff on, you know, as far as practice you can do, but the thing is you're looking for hitboxes that you wouldn't normally think exist. So yeah. I might just do it that way from now on, to be honest.
Shield.
We're learning together, folks. Yeah, that's totally faster. So from here, we want to go to that node over there. So the trick here, and why we did not kill the murder chicken, who now knows I'm here, is because if we kill him, a Grimhorn will spawn no matter what once we get to the node. But if we kill the long leg, 2 leap lashers will spawn with the Grimhorn, so they'll come basically respawn those 2 we just killed. They'll replace them. So don't kill the long leg just yet. If you want, you can use smoke bomb or whatever, but essentially you want to get up
There
here
should be a node you can override near the central platform.
Thanks.
to this. We need to do this, and it only goes halfway like that. And so we're gonna wait now, because the bomb we placed over on the other side of the shield we just skipped through is gotta go off before you kill the long leg. You have to kill the Grimhorn first. So no matter how you do that, if you put your bomb in the wrong place, it doesn't work or whatever, wait for him to come through, or you're gonna have to wait for those leap lashers to come all the way in too. So keep watching. There he is. He's dead. Now we kill the long leg.
I tapped into the core's network hub.
And she does
I
weird
managed to disrupt
animations.
Festus' control of the node. You
So
should
now
be
we
able
can
to
head
override
this
it.
way.
Nice.
And here's the point where I actually switch back to my flying mount. Usually
Sounds
she
like
wasn't
it
really
led to
running
another
there,
chamber.
because you don't need anything
Well,
else here.
I better not get comfortable.
So we're gonna go this way.
Right.
You need to kill both of these watchers. I don't know what that was about.
Aloy! War machine!
And so there's a pull cast point above you now. So you kill the 2 watchers, come over here to the left.
Keep
Look
coming.
up,
Please tell me you're getting close!
launch off,
I'm working on it.
kill the spikes now.
Let's smash.
Aloy, I've managed to...
And so now we want to switch to, and now that takes care of all the machines that we're going to go into the room that we're headed into. So we can go right in now and go right to the node, which you don't actually have to try and override. It'll just automatically block it and start spawning more machines to come after you. There's another Watcher, a Bellowback, and a Clawstrider, Apex, who we have named Mark as a community. Mark is a dick. Anyway, before we go into that room, I am going to very carefully, not careful, but in specific areas down below, I'm going to put 3 spike traps. And those are all meant for each of those machines. 1 for each on story, because spike traps, as I mentioned early on, extremely OP. Use them as much as you can on story. They're, quite honestly, they're one of my favorite staminas. stamina attacks to use anyway.
Wire most of the
So
components
he's
in the
down.
core, but
The first one
the
goes
energy processor's
here
cracked.
on
Without a
this,
way to
like,
fabricate
I
another,
don't know if you want to call it rocky
there's
or
no way I can
sandy
fix it.
patch of dirt
Okay,
down there.
let me
you want
think.
to stick one right there.
What if you
The next one
bypass the
goes at the
processor?
top of the ramp,
Connect it to.
basically right here in the middle.
Power node.
Okay.
I think that could work.
I think it could.
Third one goes here in the middle of this ramp. And usually I kind of roll when I do these, but you want to put it like right there. And because a watcher is going to come down right past it.
I'd be able to catch a ride on the rail.
So now I
Go
switch
over
to
the
my
shields.
bombs because that's what I'm going to use to kill Mark if it doesn't work.
Right. I need to drive this to safety.
Head down here to this node.
There should be another node.
So if you didn't kill the spike snout
Right.
or those watchers, the
Got
spike
it.
snout would be over here. You'd have one watcher kind of hanging out over here, and you'd have one watcher hanging out over like by the door. So now that we're close by here, boom. I don't think it got Mark. Nope. So we missed Mark. I'm gonna go back. It should work. Anyway, I just throw that at him and he should die. I told you Mark's a dick. I threw a bomb at him. He should die there. But he didn't get hit by the spike. So sometimes they don't get hit by the spike because the spike snout is there. I hate Mark too. He's such a jerk. Now that the spike snout's not there, I'm gonna try again. Because he will spawn and then try to go around it. Alright.
Alright. I need to drive Hephaestus out of here.
Ah, come on,
There
Halo.
should be another node to override.
Got it.
1, 2. Dear Mark, why hast thou forsaken me? I don't understand what's going on. This isn't how it works. I don't know if it's taking them both out somehow.
Alright. I need to drive Hephaestus out of here.
There should be another node to override.
Got it.
1, 2, 3. There it goes. So I put them in basically the same place. I don't know why it didn't work the other 2 times. Mark should never ever show up on your screen on story. So work on your placement. If it doesn't work, you wait for Mark to show up with a fully charged bomb here, and you have enough explosive power to take him out with a single one, and then you just hit the override.
Good work.
You did heavy lifting.
Then I like to switch back to my spike traps.
Okay.
You can use focus
is running
shots
out of
here, but
places to
spike
hide.
traps a guaranteed one shot. Watch it not work now because I said
I
that.
just registered a
We
huge
head around to
energy
the
surge
left,
back
so
in the
left and the
production
left out of the
chamber.
room. And we
Something
head to the slaughter
big is
spine.
happening.
And we're gonna start just keep running towards the node on the other side until you hear her say I should scan it.
It must have finished it. I should scan it first. Those things on its legs are glowing. I think it's charging up.
That's so funny. Guaranteed one shot.
It's
I
done.
knew it too. I don't know why I say things.
No more hiding, Hephaestus.
I do that in my runs too. I'll say something like that, and then that's exactly what happens. Anyway,
Got it.
so
Back in the core.
I overthrew that a little bit too. It hit him on the upper back, and normally I hit him in the back near like the components that are there. I haven't touched this game since last week when we did episode 5, so I'm a little meh. Anyway,
Make sure it stays there. I'm heading back.
sliding through here is a bit of a chore. Find the
Because of
route
you,
that
Vader.
works best for you. I like
I'm
to
glad
kind of
you came
keep
along.
to the left here going up.
And you.
even though she'll still get stuck. There are places where I feel like she normally doesn't, and she will.
Right back at
But
you,
ultimately, like, find a path that works here and slide all the way to beta.
Aloy, the
Akora stable.
And that's Gemini. It's not a crazy difficult split. For any other reason than there is always something happening. So because you need certain things to happen right away, like this, you need, in the first room, it helps to have the behemoth come to the right. So on story, we run towards the Ravager to try and get that behemoth to just come over to us so we can kill it and then immediately kill the Ravager behind it. If you're lucky, you saw in this video that the behemoth fell and was in front of me, between me and the Ravager. If you're lucky and you're fast, you can kill it before it gets in front of you. And then the Ravager will actually be inside of its shielded little room, and you can pull up another spike thrower and wait for it to come out. So like once it starts walking out, you can throw it and switch to your spike traps and just head up there. Sometimes if you're not quick to get over to the Ravager's area right away, then the behemoth comes down the left side, basically on the other side of where Aloy is now, to her left. So it shows up that way. And like you can still like turn around and throw a spike thrower at it, but it's just like a lot harder to get the timing down when you got to be spinning the camera all over the place. So once you skip into, skip the cutscenes to get into Gemini, you want to make that run to the right away. Then you switch to your spike traps, make your way up the side. So normally the pathway is to climb up some parts or whatever. We take a little route up the side of it and then jump up and over. It's a pretty easy little route. You can actually just jump up there. There's lots of hitboxes. I use a wall jump to get up because I think it's just a little bit faster than like going a little further right and then left. But going up that first bit after killing the Ravager is really not that bad with a little practice. Most of it, you walk up it anyway. In the next room, we drop down, we make our way through, and we make sure we have the elite blast trap and that we have, what do you want to call it? Oh, our bombs, sorry, for the elite blasters. So we want our blast sling for elite blasters. We let the long leg go by, kill the elite blasters, and after planting the bomb, we do the Gemini skip, and then whichever way you want to do it. I only showed the one today, so go ahead and watch either Elk's video for a different one, or some of Elk's old, like Elk's world record video will show you how he does it for ultra hard. And then there's some older of Elk's videos that'll show you the glide one that works. So anyway, after that we go in, we go to the node, try to activate it, get kicked off, wait for the Grimhorn to die from the bomb we placed, then kill the long leg and override the node, run out of the room to the right, kill the Watchers, go up the polecast point, kill the Spike Snout, place our 3 traps for the Bellowback, the Watcher, and Mark, go inside, get to the node for it to spawn those machines. If you get all 3 of them, you'll immediately override the node, switch to your spikes, and then go kill the Slaughter Spine. Again, throw at kind of the top of his tail. There's a couple of components, I didn't hit it, that will help you get the damage you need for a one-shot. I just completely overthrew it in this video. And then once it's dead, override the node. You want to be throwing kind of right next to it. Override the node, and then go run your way here. The reason that Alice is calling Gemini the run killer is because this can go badly. It can just go badly. Things won't work. The skip won't cooperate. The long leg knocks you off the node when you thought it was down on the ground. Like, Mark doesn't get hit. On ultra hard, if you don't get crits, this will kill you. Like, it's absolutely horrible. So there's some things that just that you got to not take for granted and practice in this one. So anyway, we talked to Beta. Wow, I blanked. Skip the cutscene, and we're gonna wait here. there's another cutscene that's going to play. This actually isn't a cutscene that you're watching here. The game is loading, and we know that because the load remover doesn't work during that on PC.
What is this?
So
Just
we
a few favorites
skip the
from my
cutscene that shows
collection.
up, run up here to talk to
Rescued
Tilda.
and done so soon.
I've got more important things to worry about.
I'm gonna skip using square to down left, and now we turn around and head up the
Are you
stairs.
there?
And you can just
Aloy.
go up the stairs, or
Aloy,
you
is
can
that
turn
really
around
you?
and do this.
Yeah, it's me. Looks like there's more to.
And you want to get yourself in this corner because she says it looks like there's more to this place. It cancels Aaron's dialogue, which will allow you to fast travel. So you can't immediately fast travel out of here. You have to somehow cancel this conversation that they're having. So Aloy will start talking right away. But once you go and cancel it, you can go into your map and fast travel back to the base. The campfire at the base. So now we go to Regalla, and then we do the end.
I'm now patched
This is
into
going to be
your
a longer
focus
episode
network.
today
Great.
because I'm
I
finishing
take it
this.
the other Xenos can't hear us?
Of course not. And
So
they
this
don't
one
know about your
isn't
base
too
either, in
difficult.
case you were
You
wondering.
want to make sure you
I've
have
sent you data on
all
the
of
horse
your
energy cells
precision
you can use
arrows,
against Regalla's forces.
and then
Reach out to me
have
when
some
you're ready to
bombs,
acquire
but you
one.
don't really need anything else.
Understood.
So here we press triangle, and this happens pretty quick. And what you saw was a data point thing show up on the right, and that's what Tilda was just talking about that she sent us. So once you hit triangle on the door, you can actually open up the data point before the cutscene starts from opening the door. So I'll unpause, open this, the Horus energy cells, and then close it immediately. Skip the cutscene, and you'll go right into the map, and you can go right here to this left exit. And it'll put you out here by Zoe, who wanted to talk to us. So we go talk to Zoe, skip it. She tells us she's got little baby Varro. And then we actually fast travel right back to the campfire. You're just far enough away from it, apparently, somehow, to fast travel to it. Or you have fast travel packs, that's fair. You can always use that. That's a universal caveat. I never do.
Try to visit again.
So you fast travel back here and immediately start. It's a very quick load because you're only like 2 feet away, and for some reason it lets you do it. But you head back inside and go to the override modules.
And get ready for an entrance Regalla will never forget.
Go in, craft your override, and it's just circle, map, and head outside again. But this time, it'll actually put you all the way outside the base. So instead of being over here where Zoe was, the second time you fast travel, it puts you out by this campfire. So we just went to this door both times. So now we actually have to head back up and get a sunwing again. The game takes your sunwing from you, and you just have to make your way up.
I think there are some roosting at the top of the mountain.
I don't know why I'm going to tell you this. If you want to try. Pretty sure you can get them to come down. Yeah. I'm not sure how, but you can get them to come down. If you shoot them with a status, they will fall. And if you get them to kind of come after you, I don't know how Beta does it, how to get them to fall, and I don't care because I'll probably never do it. But I did want to tell you that it was a problem, or a possibility that you could go over there and do that. I do think it works out faster if you can get it to work, because you just kind of head over there and shoot him and he falls down and whatnot, but he's got to be in a place where you can shoot him, and I don't know how to do that consistently. So anyway, we head up the way that we did after the base.
There's sunwings up here. We'll have to approach them quietly.
Slide in. And this is where in the game you would normally get the sunwing, and so there's a cutscene. Actually got it quickly there.
Tilda,
I suppose the game
I'm in the air.
to load.
Then you'll want to
So
pick
now we're
up an
going to barrel
energy
roll
cell on
all
one
the
of
way
the
to
Horus
where it says
Titans.
fly west here.
But
Just
first
keep
you
going
must send
straight
out a
ahead,
pulse to activate
and
them.
it should get you
I
to the
sent you the
Tolmec.
necessary software. To deploy it, you'll have to override one of the communication machines referred to as Tolmecs. There's one in the middle of the desert that should do nicely.
Yeah, but like, you still have to get them up there, like... You gotta shoot a hunter bow all the way up there. Yeah, there's no way I'm using mouse and keyboard to play anything in this game except for maybe strike one day. But probably never. That makes it a very low possibility.
There's a tall neck. Need to get on
I'm
top
sure,
of its
yeah,
head.
it's probably fine. If you have worked them into when you're going to use them. Oh, so he's not in the right spot. I apologize. Because I did that thing with the sun wings. The tall neck's not in the right spot. So we're going to wait here for a second. He should be coming around right about where those machines are by the time you get here, and then you land on him right around this curve, and then he makes his way over by the flowers over there when you jump off. So we are going to get on this
How to
sunwing,
land this thing.
or us on the sunwing, on the tall neck, and then we're going to jump off the tall neck before the game technically should allow us to get off the tall neck. As part of the story here, I can't actually get off. Like, if I press square right now, it's not doing anything because the game's like, no, you're flying here, you're doing all these things, you can't actually get off. So R2 to land, triangle to override.
Just got override.
And so Tilda will have a conversation and stuff like that. I may die here. I seem to be one of the only people that happens to, so we'll see. So what you want to do... here along this, I don't know, what do you want to call it, little outcropping here, his antlers, you can get off by jumping along this, like the hitbox or the invisible wall that gets you, like, keeps you in, you can clip through it against this. Where am I? Usually I land over there, so we're a little bit early here, so I'm gonna see if I can maybe land on that or something. I don't know. So you do a little slash, and she'll jump off.
The energy cells are now primed.
You can aim and land. Died many times to the tall neck skip. I have killed
The nearest one should be
such
upstairs.
wicked world record pace.
Dropping it on Regalla's machine should produce quite a
Absolutely
spectacle.
lost my mind
Thanks for the
dying.
assist.
If you die, you lose like 2 minutes. You start off all the way back at the sunwing, so you have to fly all the way back here. And then the tall neck isn't in the right place because you're starting out next to the sunwing, not all the way down at the bottom where you would normally start after the fast travel. So it's different if you die as well. Don't die here. You don't want to do it. It's gonna lose you minimum like 2 minutes. Okay, cool. Now we're all on the same page.
I told you, I want to help.
Once she says, I want to help,
Whoa!
the mount must pick you up. It has to happen. You cannot let him land and then get on him, because then nothing works. He has to pick you up for this to continue on as normal. If he does not pick you up, continue running at that mountain there in front of us. Every 30 paces or so, call him again until he picks you up. Make sure you're at least 20 paces or more from him before you call, because then he'll actually like respawn to come in and get you. But just keep calling him until he picks you up. Otherwise, if you do something to get back on that isn't him picking you up, the game won't continue. So just word to the
Get
wise.
used to that.
Did I go the wrong way?
I bet that's the Desert Clan's capital. I can
No,
really
it's
see
up
the
there. I'm just
scale of it.
really close to
The
it right
forest
now.
should be northwest of here. Those rebels. Reinforcements headed.
Couldn't see the Horus.
I hope the colony is not going to be there longer.
So we're headed over to the Horus now to get an energy cell, and we're gonna drop it at the grove. before starting the Regalla fight.
There's the energy
Which
cell.
is going to be really,
Hands back.
really quick.
Got the cell. Now on to the grove.
So we go back towards this mountain.
Pulse from Tomek should have reactivated all the energy cells in the region. I should be able to pick up more from the place I'll fly to.
I was actually kind of surprised we got off the Tomek in one go, to be honest, but I thought I'd screwed it up at first, but... Yeah, if it's walking towards the Horus, which it most likely will be if you have to restart from save for any reason before getting on it, or after if you die, it's just easier to wait for the Sunwing, because then you'll be kind of close to the Horus when it picks you up anyway, and then you're already kind of way up in the air, which helps, you know, to get that elevation.
All right, here we go.
So we skip the cutscene immediately.
Well, we'll see how
So I like to be on my bombs for phase 1. You don't need to be. You can use focus shots for this whole fight. But for phase 1, I just shoot a bomb at her right here. Nope. I don't know why I did that. So that's phase 1, so we skip.
All right.
Now I
so that's
switch.
how it's gonna be. When you're
Focus shot. Focus shot in the knee. Fight's over. What do we say, chat? Yay or nay? Doesn't matter for the run.
Here I am again, on my knees before bootlets and cowards. Go ahead.
Shut up, you lost. Nah, she's dead. She's gonna die anyway. Might as well get it over with. Anyway, so you skip these cutscenes. Here is dialogue skip. And so at the end of this dialogue skip, you need to immediately open up your map. What you want to look for during this dialogue skip is Aloy pointing in Silence's face. Okay? Skip, skip, skip.
wrong, more my
Don't be late.
because I get so tired and don't.
And immediately hit this, because if you wait too long, Tilda will start talking and you can't fast travel. So, or she'll call Tilda. Either way, there'll be a conversation between Aloy and Tilda. You can't fast travel, so you have to restart from save, which will put you out at the campfire in front of Memorial Grove, and then you can fast travel from there. So make sure you look for Aloy to do the pointing in Silence's face and say, don't be late, and then hit X again, and then immediately open your map. Because nuance. Meh. She can live or die. She's rather meaningless to the entire story. Anyway, so we come in, skip the cutscene, head out of Aloy's room, and head up into Gaia's chamber. And then start the Singularity quest.
Maybe it's time to get everyone together so Tilda can...
So it's a skip, skip, fast travel to Tilda's. So part of what happens when you're at Tilda's mansion, oops, I didn't mean to do that, is you get this campfire while you're there. And this is where we want to fast travel because it's closest to the beach that we need to go to. So we call our Sunwing. You do have to turn around here. Aloy will be facing away from the Zenith base. So you need to turn around when you call your mount so that it'll go that way. But we're going to head towards the base here. Just keep heading right towards your rendezvous point. And we will learn the shield skip. This actually won't be too terribly long today. I think our first episode was almost 2 hours. Again, we're just barrel rolling our way there. And so all you need for these fights coming up are focus shots. There are other ways to kill Eric and Tilda, but you really only need one shot each.
Don't think I can climb through that shield.
And as we've established, mostly through this run, as you've seen the fights and all that, they are very easy. Fights are simple, story damage, you've got fully upgraded, multiple of the same coils on all your weapons and all that stuff. For the most part, if you're not fighting Apex, it's going down. But at the end, all you need to do is hit weak points, and things will go down pretty easily. We are going to shoot Eric right in the back of the head, just below his helmet, above his neck, to get maximum damage there. And then we will hit Tilda right in a gold plate, basically right at the start of the fight. Well, actually, she'll be dead before she even finishes her full animation sometimes, so...
I'm not getting past that shield.
It's pretty rare that it's raining in this section. I'm not really sure why it's doing that. But anyway, so what we just did was went to the rendezvous point and passed it up. And then we head over here to head out of bounds, actually. It's going to say that you're leaving the area, but you're going to essentially, once you see that message, jump off of your Sunwing and glide towards that little outing in the shield. You see how it goes this way, and that spot where it comes out to its kind of max point there. You want to head that direction. And you be careful when you do that, because sometimes he can get stuck in a weird animation, like he just did, I think. Yep. So I did this wrong, and now I need to fast travel back. This is a teaching moment. So look at him. No matter what you do, he's going to keep doing this, and he's not going to pick you up. And that's because I wasn't holding square when I went out of bounds and saw that warning. If you're not holding square, then he will hit kind of his invisible wall when you hop off, and he'll just keep doing that. So if that happens, you have to fast travel back here and do it again. So be ready for it. Yeah, here's how it normally looks. It's nice and sunny. But yeah, a teachable moment there. That's one of the things that can go wrong. So we head out this way again. I did it again. Okay, he's actually good. Alright. So we got him out of bounds. It was a little goofy again. Anyway, I like to come out this way, head down towards the water in the shield, drop off. How did he get outside the shield? I hate this right now. Will you just let me finish this tutorial? We're trying again. How did he get outside the shield again? I need this to actually work if you want to see how it's supposed to go. So, try to be ready for things again. There we go.
Going down.
So I usually wait until I'm over this little reef here to call him again. Press X. Head straight into the shield. He wasn't supposed to turn to the right. I don't know why he did that. I'm really upset with my Sunwing today. He's supposed to do that. Oh, no, he's not, actually. He's not supposed to do that at all. Dude, what are you doing? Anyway. So, as I was hoping I would be able to explain in real time, but I was too frustrated because he wouldn't actually pick me up. You need to be holding forward when he picks you up through the shield. If you were watching me, I was doing that on the input display. But he won't go back through the shield when he picks you up if you're not holding forward. You also can't call him when you're right up against the shield. So you have to let Aloy kind of move away from it, at least in the position I'm in. There are some spots where apparently you can call it. I don't use it. So practice this a bit. The reason I go down at the shield and towards the water is because you see the way he stops just on the other side of the shield when you're that low. If you just drop off above, he'll kind of fly right through it and keep going. And most of the time, like, he won't turn the way you want to, or he'll turn really quickly and he won't be in a place where you want him. So what you want him to do is kind of get there on the water and then have to make his way forward into the left. And so that you can call him, by the time he gets moving, you can call him to pick you up right away. It didn't work here for some reason because, I don't know, he came in at the wrong angle. I think I actually called him a little quick. He has to come in kind of at an angle for this shield, okay? So he has to kind of come in this way, like perpendicular. If he comes, you saw before he came at me like, or sorry, you have to be parallel to the shield. He comes in perpendicular and grabs you and he'll go back through the shield. He won't take you through even if you're holding forward. So when you do this, make sure he kind of comes in parallel from the left, parallel to the shield, grabs you, you're holding forward to go through the shield, and then you should end up over here. Do not get off your mount here because you won't be able to call it back. And ever since a certain patch, you just are basically stuck. You have to fast travel back and do it all over again. So once you're beyond the shield, you can't call your mount anymore. So just be aware of that. You fly over Tilda.
Company. Follow my lead.
So we're gonna head over here to that hangar across the way. And what I'm shooting for is that little pillar right on the edge over there by the water that's flowing. As soon as I pass that little thing, I'm gonna fast travel back. And what we're doing now is getting a cutscene, or a checkpoint for a cutscene that happens right here. So as soon as you're past that, you've got the checkpoint, you can just go back here and start the quest. So you can press triangle and forward.
Okay,
it's
everyone.
a right selection, a few X, and then skip. And so this starts the quest. And you see that little reload there. That is basically like reloading the checkpoint that's ahead of you. You're still going to get Silence's dialogue and all that stuff. But essentially, like, from here, if we restart from save, the game thinks we were all the way past basically Regalla's death point if you saved her. So restart from save once you hear Silence. And then we just run forward all the way over here again.
Aloy.
And so that's the thing I flew by.
But Catalo got me to a network node. I'm trying
There's
to
the
get
stuff
in.
going on.
Keep at it. We're almost to the tower.
Anyway. So from here, you're going that way, but if you jump from here and glide, you can just start the cutscene this way and skip it, and then just keep running.
I gotta get to the top of the tower.
Time for everyone's
free
favorite
Beta.
line. Time machine fail. Time machine fails.
We're okay.
Alright, so we're headed here to this console. Now you gotta be quick once you hit this. We're gonna start the Eric fight, skip a cutscene, and then we want to run up behind him right away. Yes, we're gonna say goodbye to Eric Sidikio. So we skip, and you want to get up behind him and get a focus shot and a concentration started, and I apparently hit his helmet, so we're gonna try it again. Wait a minute, why is he off of there now? What's going on here?
I'll break you, girl.
Okay, restarting from save is silly. The way I shot him the first time, like, you should get him with a crit if you hit him in the head, but I couldn't.
Come on now, admit it.
There it is. It's harder when you restart because of the load of the image. It's not the loading itself, you still have the same amount of time, but it has to show up when you restart from save. Anyway, you want to get behind him and shoot him there, or you can, there are other ways to kill him in one go. You can use, what is it called?
You okay?
I will be. In time.
Burst dodge. I haven't used it in a while.
Rescue your sister.
You start the fight, you're
I'll
like right
regroup with
here.
the others and make sure they're all right.
If you use burst dodge and just wait for this elevator to come down and go like that, you'll take him out. Yeah, you always have to start running on black screens. That's why I tell you to look for that symbol in the corner to go away. After every fast travel, every restart from save, always look for the symbol to go away. That's when you can start moving. If you wait until the screen shows up, you're wasting a lot of time in this run. A lot of time. There's so much fast travel and so much restarts and stuff like that. So anyway, we stay with our Gravesinger's Lament with our precision arrows. I should have the stamina I need, but I'm gonna drink one. So we wait, go up here after activating this. We're gonna get some dialogue.
Looks like the machines and specters have almost wiped each other out. What was that?
Aloy, Gerard just activated the self-destruct failsafe on the printing matrix. He's taking control of a number of systems.
Including the lift?
I'm afraid so. He's restricted its access
practice
to the
your
top.
timing on the air
You'll have to
fight.
climb from there.
Getting behind him and getting that started
I
right away
almost have.
is not as easy as it looks all the time. So typically you would get some dialogue here from Erend and then Alva. If you jump off of that before Tilda is done talking, they won't talk. Just a little tidbit. It's how you know you got a decent climb from the elevator up here, is if you don't have Erend talking about how you got Eric and all that stuff. Then you just get to enjoy the hype music. Alright, so we're gonna go up a pullcast, launch, and go straight over here. So you want to land here and look up. And then jump out, pullcast again. Why didn't it work? Jesus, I had the prompt. What is going on here? I didn't even see the prompt that time. Okay. There's an invisible surface here. Pretty cool, huh? So you jump off of these. 1, 2, and head towards the side here. Okay? You can just land over there if you want and climb up and go over. If you take this jump up here, kind of at an angle, you can get up here just by doing that. So it's a lot faster to do it this way than to do the whole leap up and then climb up thing. You could okay, down please. I've had enough of this. God damn it. You could use the R2 L2 to get over here and then just keep going up, which is a little bit faster. But what really takes the longest is what they intend you to do here, is go like that, or to climb over. So you'll always get that animation if you try to jump over, so. Give me that prompt. Okay. Can't go up from the other side apparently. There we go. So this one can be a little weird, and that's why I take it at an angle, because she's more likely to climb up than if you jump like straight at it. So sometimes when you jump straight at it, she'll just fall like that. So I try to take it at an angle when I do it. And I know I'm spending some time on this, but it's worth learning. See, if you stay to the left over there, it doesn't really work that well. But if you come this way, jump over here, kind of closer to the stairs, you can just get right up here. So, onward to the end. Are you ready? Skip.
Ask yourself why you're holding back.
That's it. Just shoot her in a gold plate. Focus shot, concentration, gold plate, game over. Skip the cutscene.
It's over. Why couldn't you just let me choose?
That's the run. Well, did you learn anything? I hope you guys liked it.
She tried to take you.
There is now a fully explained New Game Plus story run of Horizon Forbidden West available to the community, and I am happy to have provided
along
it.
with data on how to circumvent the Zenith shields. Everything I did to create the
We learned the
Rebel Army
greenhouse
was
out of
based on
bounds.
that knowledge.
Nice.
To reach this place.
You didn't learn
this
anything,
moment.
Scar? How are you going to finish your run?
And you couldn't just tell me?
Scar setting up friend percent. All right.
You're the last person to act sensibly in the face of
Well,
impossible
guys,
odds. When I
as
learned
always,
Nemesis from Hades,
if you have
I saw the
questions,
pieces on the board, how to
concerns,
play them.
comments,
And in that same
suggestions,
moment,
anything you think you want to see and learn, I am happy to work with folks who want to explain things. I am happy to
I was correct.
give as much insight to any of the runs that I do or that other people do that they're willing to share. As we can get, I'd like to get all of what we know into explainable format,
Now it's time
video
for me to
format,
leave this
audio
dim planet
format,
behind.
something where people can hear
To
and
see
see
the Odyssey and the Apollo
Forbidden
database
West,
and begin a
Zero
new
Dawn.
chapter in my pursuit of
We'll
knowledge,
eventually get there.
one with infinite possibilities. You can join me if you so desire.
And then not only will these be on the Horizon
Unlike
Speedrun
Tilda,
YouTube channel, on the Horizon Speedrun Twitch channel,
going to just take
we'll
off
likely link to them
and
in the
abandon
wiki.
everything?
That's part of the Discord. So head on over to the
Stay.
Discord where these videos will forever
Help me
live.
fight that thing.
You're not
Perhaps
there.
Tilda didn't adequately define the
There it
threat.
is.
Nemesis can't
This
be
is where you can go for all of your
It destroyed a highly
Horizon
advanced
speedrun
Zenith
entertainment
colony in a
needs. If you
matter
just,
of hours.
even if you're not a
What hope does
speedrunner
this
and you want
primitive
to
tribe
join the
of Earth
Discord
have?
just to hang out and see what we're all up to and what we're finding,
If
come
you
on in and
brought
join us.
Gaia,
Bunch of
you
good people.
wouldn't be abandoning life. You'd be
Ultra Hard
saving a
next?
seed
Yes.
for a new world.
You didn't
Just
learn the
as
Igniter
Elizabeth
dialogue,
did.
Skip. You should
It's the
maybe go
choice
back
she
to
made. The sacrifice
the
of all that
second?
is for the hope of what might be.
I think it was the second
If she
episode.
were here in your place,
Ultra Hard is next. So
She would
the way
board
that we're
this
gonna
shuttle
do Ultra Hard, we aren't gonna do like 5 episodes or 6 episodes on Ultra Hard. I'm not gonna go back over all the platforming. I'm just gonna do a run and we're gonna stop and talk about the differences in
Goodbye,
the
Silence.
battling and when we're doing low health and what the loadout is, how to kill things on Ultra Hard quickly, that kind of stuff. So it should maybe take
She looks
maybe 2
okay.
episodes.
She
So.
looks victorious.
Oh, you failed it? If you fail it, you can actually restart
As
from save and
always.
try again, but it doesn't pay to do that, I don't think.
Aloy,
It's like a 34-second save,
You
I think.
did it.
So, anyway, I don't have much more for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the first series in learning the Horizon. Thanks to Dorian for the layout. Again, I can't thank that dude enough. Thank you, all of you, for being here and showing interest and making me want to do this.
where's he going?
Had been working on just a
As far
YouTube
away as
video
anyone can
tutorial,
go.
and I'm not a YouTube video maker. Like, I just like to talk to you guys, and I like to just talk.
Are you sure?
Stream of consciousness when I'm doing things, because it gets whatever's going on in my brain out
staying.
there for you guys to hear. And I do try my best to tell you all of the things that I'm doing. I hope
You
that,
people are going to need all the help you
the
can
input
get.
displays and things are there. But again, feel free to contact me anytime you want to talk strats, because I'm here for you. Anyway, I love you
Does
guys.
anyone else
I
need a
appreciate
drink?
you.
Not
There
if
ain't
it's
a
that
damn
ale of
thing you can
yours.
do about it.
I'd
Take care
be
of
fine with a
yourselves,
nap.
and
Excellent idea.
we'll see you next time.